All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to the session today. The name of our one shot is You, Yourself, and Them. Today we have Andrew playing as Barrick Silverman. We have Ryan playing as Cornelius Vanderville. And we have Goblin playing as Landon Call. Today they're going to go through a fantastic mystery where each of them are well known detectives, investigators of sort. We shall see if they can solve what's going on today. But everyone, I just wanted to give a quick word because today is Memorial Day. So I just wanted to say thank you to the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice and thank everyone for showing up today. But we're going to get into the adventure. So everyone, grab an ale, prepare Grab an ale, prepare for a tale, for all are welcomed at the Banshee's Wail. So, what ended up happening is each of you are at your own residence, enjoying a nice day. At different times, a postman arrives with a letter written directly to you by name. In the letter, it's a request for your work. It pleads for your assistance and that you accept the job. In the letter, it explains that in the town of Iamberg, a man by the name of Harold Grayson is asking for you to find his missing daughter. His daughter's name is Zara. He can't go into the specifics in the letter of why he is extremely worried. She has gone missing from her bed, and he will provide further details on arrival. He states that there will be a base pay for accepting the job at the property, and after solving, you will get the rest of the pay. So each of you make your way to Iamberg, and we will see how everyone's arriving. I want all three of you to quickly just roll me initiative. And Landon and Cornelius, go ahead and re-roll initiative for me since you tied. Okay. So, Landon, you are going to be the first to arrive in Iamberg. Let me move you over real quick. Up your token. In the letter, it specified that you'll be meeting Mr. Grayson at his residence at 144 Riken Road. You're moderately familiar with the town of Iamberg. It's not too far off from where you are. It takes about a day's trek for you to get there. Let me move you over. So you walk through Iamberg. It's a fairly large city set up with brick and mortar buildings, all the rooftops, different colors. There's smoke coming through most of the chimneys. It's a bit of overcast in the day. We're in the fall season. The streets are a little busy. People going in and out of homes, different merchant stands set up on the streets. You begin walking your way through Eamsburg and find yourself on Riken Road. I just want to make sure, Goblin, can you see Landon?
I can see it. It's actually a
All right.
really pretty drawing.
Thank you. And so you're on the road. You can control your token and just let me know what you're going to do. So you can actually grab, like, click on your token and move it around, or you can use your arrow keys to just move square to square.
I don't see my token.
Should be right here.
They might
Mm,
be on top. They might be on top of each other.
that's
Um,
right.
oh, I see
Just
him now. Okay.
there you go.
Uh, He's a sensible person, and he likes to get things done quickly, so he's probably just gonna go straight to the address. He doesn't like to waste time.
Okay. So you walk down the street following the different addresses of the homes that you pass, and you walk up to this building. I just moved you down to the left a little, and you see the building with the tannish roofs, a three-story building, and it has the number 144 above the door.
Gonna approach and knock on the door. Try and, like, loudly knock so it's easy to hear.
All right. So you walk up to the door, just ball up your fist, and knock on the door 3 times. You hear some moving around behind the door, and the door flies open, and a human male opens the door. He has slicked back brown hair, chops grown pretty thick. He's in pretty nice clothing, a button up white shirt, some uh, suspenders, brown pants. He seems pretty well off, and he opens the door and just says, now, how may I help you?
It's gonna uh, LinkedIn's just gonna be like, "Hey, I received a letter from this address. I'm here to help search for the missing daughter."
Oh, thank you so much. What is your name again?
Langdon call.
Langdon, it's a pleasure. And he puts his hand out for a handshake.
I grab his hand, shake very vigorously.
Thank you very much. Uh, yes. Um, where to begin? My here, actually, would you like to step in and have a seat, and I'll explain what's happened?
That sounds lovely, and he follows him in.
All right. Yeah. Where? All right. He opens the door wide and invites you inside of his home. You take a step into the home. You can see it's well furnished. Just going in, you see multiple tables set up. One larger table in the middle of the room, set up with food, actually warm. You can see steam coming off of it. Some plants aligned, different rugs, fireplace, piano in the room. Yes, have a seat wherever you'd like.
I hope I'm not interrupting your dinner.
No, I actually was expecting you and a couple others today, so we went ahead and made food for you all.
How pleasant of you.
Yes, if you would like to grab a plate and get some food, I'll explain what's going on, and then hopefully you can help us.
Well, I hope I'll be of help. And he goes and sits down at the table.
All right. So, as explained in my letter, my daughter went missing now 2 days ago. She went missing from her bed at night. Went to bed like normal, um, but we all eat dinner together or breakfast together. I'm sorry. Um, in the morning, and she never came down. So we went up to check, and she was gone. Um, there were things that were happening before that day that really make me worried for her, and why I've asked for your help.
Were there any peculiar sounds at all that night?
That night, no, we sleep on the floor right below my daughter's room, um, and there weren't any sounds. I don't remember hearing her get up at night. No, nothing moving around. But before then, through a few days, almost a week before then, my daughter did say that something was following her around the city. Um, Sorry, it's a little much. she said that something was stalking her. She couldn't describe what it was, but she said it was following her wherever she went. At first, it was just every once in a while she saw it around corners. Um, but the night before she went missing, she said that she saw it looking through the window at her in her room. Um, so that night, the night she went missing, I double checked. I looked out the window. There's no ledge or anything for anything to grab onto to get up there. I made sure the windows were locked. Um, there was no way something could get up there, let alone open the window. And when I checked that morning, the window was still locked. So I don't know what happened. Even if she snuck out, no, it was still locked from the inside.
Do you mind if I check the exterior while we await on the other company?
Yes, you can go outside, walk around, and as he says that, there's actually a knock on the door, and grab you here. Cornelius, you actually come up to the household. You could see the door wasn't fully closed, so you knocked on it and peeked your head in.
Greetings, it is I, Cornelius Vanderville, the great detective.
Oh, looks like one of the others that I asked for help with finding my daughter has arrived. Would you excuse me one moment, Langdon?
Not at all. Take your time.
Thank you. Uh, he walks up to you, Cornelius, and just puts his hand out.
Good sir, your hand is quite dirty. Please disregard the handshake. I cannot
Oh,
stain my noble hands.
I'm sorry. And he wipes his hand kind of on the knee of his pant. Thank you for arriving and accepting the job. I was actually just explaining it to Landon over there. What happened the night my daughter went missing. I'll re-explain it to you real quick. And he goes through a very similar story of what happened to his daughter and happened the days before she went missing. Um, please come in and have a seat. We should be expecting a couple more, hopefully.
Lead the way, good man.
Yes, my wife actually prepared a meal for all of you. So please be welcome to grab some food and have a seat.
I will peruse the table.
Yes, sit wherever you like. And if you have any other questions or anything, please ask away.
Why did you hire all these other simpletons? I will finish this in one day.
Ah, I'm really worried about my daughter, so I wanted to make sure. Uh, double down.
Hmm, double down indeed, but you will not need it, for I am the best in the land. Ah ha ha ha!
As he perks up his monocle.
Oh, I whip out my fancier monocle and rub it. Oh, good sir, you must get that dreadful beard trimmed. You call yourself nobility? Look at me, smooth as silk.
Uh, yes, it looks like you put a lot of product in your hair. Do you have any recommendations?
You can't afford it.
Probably. But I hope you find my home quaint. Please be welcomed about. And again, if you have any questions.
I am good. I will go sit by the fire and read my book.
Okay, perfect.
A very average bearskin rug, by the way. Mine at my estate is so much better.
Yes. I ended up against that beast a few years ago out on a hunting expedition.
And how did you kill it?
A crossbow.
Hmm,
Ended up, as you can see below the ear, there's a puncture hole. It was a good
quite
shot.
a good shot for a gentleman, may I say myself. I am impressed.
Thank you. I've been hunting most of my life. And as happens, Barrick, you walk up to the
Real
household.
quick, before Barrick walks up, when he's walking
Mhm.
up and down the road, does he notice any children or younger age kids playing in the streets or like any kind of families strolling by?
Yes, it seems pretty average. There's families walking by, and you do see kids of all ages. A few kind of here and there.
He'll briefly walking through and very politely, excuse me, young ones.
Two children kind of running by stop. Yes?
I just out of curiosity, I'm looking for Mr. Grayson's home, Zara's daughter. Do you know of it?
Uh, yeah, it's right there. That's Zara's house. Um, I know there some stuff was going on with her. I hope she's okay. Do you know if she's okay? Can she
We're,
play?
we're going to find out. I cannot talk too much of it, but out of curiosity, who does she usually play with around here in this town?
Everyone. Zara's super nice. Sometimes she plays kickball with us. She draws really pretty pictures. She's older, but she's a really nice girl.
And when's the last time everyone played with Zara? Do you recall?
She she was at it was about a week ago.
Excellent. Is there any fun hiding places or places the kids will go here to go explore or adventure?
Through any of the alleys. There's lots of places in the city.
Excellent. Thank you, young man. And I'll flip him a copper coin just for talking with him. He's like, go have some fun and go check out the honeycot down the way. Looks delicious.
His eyes light up. Thank you, sir. He scampers off.
Barrick will kind of continue and go up to the door and using his quarter staff, just knock on it. Three moderately loud taps just to get the attention.
Mr. Grayson walks up and opens the door fully. You must be one of the other investigators?
Yes, Barrick Silvermane. I received your letter.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. I believe you're most likely the last. Uh, Here, let me explain what's going on. You'll come in, please.
Of course.
Steps back. We've set up food. Please sit wherever you'd like.
Barrick says, "Oh, thank you very much," and he grabs the plant out of the right pot there and starts to eat into it as he takes a seat at the table.
He kind of just stands there for a moment. All right, let me explain what's going on. He explains the story to you as well, Barrick, um, adding in a few more details of how his his daughter was seeing the thing that was stalking her around the city more and more each day up until the last day before, where I was looking into her window. She was seeing it more often.
He uh, he asked Mr. Grayson, "Did she ever describe what this shadow thing appeared to look like?"
Uh, she could never really make it out. Um, she said it was terrifying. but she never really described it, saying that it was usually quick glances, um, as if each time she looked at it would run away.
Interesting.
Um, but now that all of you are here, let me kind of give some more detail as to why I'm extremely worried for my daughter. And he says loud enough for all of you to hear. Um, how do I say this? Uh, a similar thing happened with my friend and his daughter. Uh, my friend Lucian, across the street. What has happened to my daughter happened to his. Her name was Veronica. That was over a month ago, almost 2 months ago now.
Did he cause or ask for any assistance as well, or what has been the verdict on that?
Well, he did initially. Here, I'll kind of tell the story. Hopefully enlighten you all on it. It all started with his daughter Veronica. She said that something was stalking her around the city streets. Eventually, similar to Barrick.
Sorry, I'm just wandering. I'm listening. Excuse me.
Yes. Sorry about that. Um, eventually, getting up to the point where it was seen inside of their home. Like I said, it's the one right across the road. And about little less than 2 months ago, she ended up going missing. Um, but it wasn't at night. It was actually the middle of the day. They couldn't find her. And I only know the information that I was provided from him because both Lucian and his wife, Delphine, have also gone missing with similar occurrence. Uh, After their daughter went missing, they were distraught. They also had a younger son. He's actually here with us um, on the second floor. He's up in the room that we set up for him. After their daughter went missing, they were very distraught. Did you have a question, Beric?
The parents as well went missing, you said?
Yes.
What was the how I may have missed it. When did the parents go missing? So Veronica was gone about a month or two. When did the parents
Just
leave?
shortly after that. It started with Veronica. She went missing, and then, like I said, they were very distraught, doing everything they could to find her. I remember they went to the local police to try and get some assistance, and nothing ever arose of that. And after she went missing, just about a week later, Delphine actually saw whatever it was stalking her now. She was a bit hysterical. Originally, with Veronica, we thought it was some sort of sickness, something that was having her seeing things, hallucinations, something like that. But then Delphine said that she kept seeing a shadowy figure of similar size to herself stalking around. And there was one occurrence where we were outside of my home in the street discussing something else. I don't even remember what it really was, but I distinctly remember what happened. She broke mid sentence. Her mouth dropped and her eyes widened. She pointed behind me at my home and screamed at the top of her lungs, "It's right there! It's right behind you, looking at me." Um, I turned around and Lucian was there. We looked and we didn't see anything, and she kept pointing at my home, kind of near I think near the door or something. But we looked, nothing was there. I went, I investigated, I checked this room fully, and I didn't find anything. She started crying hysterically, and Lucian took her home. Uh, and the next day she was gone. And then,
And both Lucian and Daphne are both humans, or what is the?
yes, their entire family are all human. Um, and Daphne went missing, and then a few days went by, and Lucian had fallen into despair and depression. Um, I kept checking on him each day, trying to do what I could for my friends. And then one day, just a few days later, he ended up telling me that he could see it too. And then I remember him looking over to the side of the room and saying, "It's watching us right now." I couldn't see anything though. I asked him to come stay at my home with his boy, in which he said it's all right. He thinks they're fine. And when I went to check on him the next day, he was nowhere to be found. I just found his son um, playing up in his room. No one else in the home.
I'll look over at the goblin. Have you ever heard of such happenings?
Oh. Would I make a history check just to see if, like, I would know things about this?
For this, you've seen people go missing, but
But
never
talking
this
about.
specifically. This now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say more of like the specific type and ways it's been occurring, but yeah.
Uh, I look over and I'm just like, not to my knowledge, I've never heard of such shadow creatures.
I'll look at the.
Yes.
No, I was gonna say I'll look at the very well dressed elf. You boy, have you sir heard of such things happening before?
Ugh, a dingy turtle? You will not address me as boy, young man. I am of high nobility. Watch your tongue, or I will slice it out.
How old are you?
Older than you, child.
It's a fair bet.
I jest. What do you want to ask me?
Do you recall of any type of disappearances or uh, uh, kidnappings in such way through your time as an investigator?
Would I roll a check for that, or just off the cuff?
Um, you haven't seen this specifically. Of course, as an investigator, you've found missing people before, and multiple at a time. Um, but people disappearing out of their beds. You have encountered shadows before, and gas and things of the undead nature. You think it could be one of those, but aren't sure.
I'm still forming my hypothesis. I have dealt with things similar, but none like this. I will have to find more evidence to conclude this endeavor.
I'll look at the great Greymore and ask him as well, Grayson, and ask for her room. Was anything broken, smashed, tossed around, a window open?
Uh, I checked the room, um, checked under her bed, checked throughout the room. Nothing broken, no sign of a struggle of any kind. The window was still locked from the inside. You all are more than welcome to go check. You have free roam over the house. Her room is on the uh, the the top story. She actually took over the attic as her room. It's actually fairly large. Um, so it's the fourth floor.
Uh, my lady, sir, would you? What of the boy? You think? Should we discuss it or talk with the young lad from across the way, or should we go immediately to Zara's room?
Uh, well, if it helps, you can, like I said, free roam. Lucas is Lucian's son. He's actually on the floor above us, and um, if you wanted to go over to their house, I do have the keys for it, so you all can look throughout to their home as well. I assume this means that you all have decided to take the job, though, and help us.
Indeed.
I
I ha-
suppose.
Another one for the
Perfect.
books.
Well, like I addressed in my letter, you each will receive upfront payment for accepting the job. Um, so, uh, so each of you eight gold coins for accepting, and then whoever you can all work together and split the funds. The 50 gold for solving finding my daughter uh, will go to whoever finds her. If you all want to work together and split it amongst yourselves, perfectly fine. But for finding her and figuring out what's going on, the full payment will go to that.
Well, on my way in, I spoke with some other younger lads. The last time they saw Zara was about a week ago, and many of alleys and other places for these young whippersnappers will go and explore. But as of late, no one has seen her since.
Yes, after she said that something was stalking her through the streets. After a while, we just didn't let her go out. She was in the house.
Sounds
Is
sensible to me.
is there any more information, any questions that I can answer for you?
Do you have a cellar or any secret rooms that we should be aware of?
Cellar, we do have a cellar. It's accessible in the kitchen. It goes down. I've checked in there. Um, just our barrels, our rations, and drink are down there. You're more than welcome to check it as well.
Well, unless anyone has any suggestions, I would say we either speak to the young boy, possibly go to the young lady's room, and start our look over there if we'd all like to work together, or go wherever you please.
I feel like we should check the young lass's little lady's room and then investigate the boy.
I think we should start with the boy. I abhor attics. I don't want to go in the attic. We can send the turtle in there.
Well,
Well,
it's 2 to 1, so
well,
yeah.
each of you can go where you'd like.
I will start working my way. I think we should go to the young lady's room as well, so I will begin there.
I shall follow you.
I
And
guess I will follow from afar, but we will go investigate that area.
and
Okay.
I apologize. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Barrick Silverman, my lady and sir.
Pleasure. I am Cornelius Vanderville. Excuse me. You're quite dirty. I don't want to stain my gloves. But
Oh, I didn't
salutations.
I didn't put out a hand. I just bowed my head. So
Oh.
I'm Mr. Call, Langdon Call.
excellent. Now that we all know each other, let's see if we can come to the bottom of this.
All right. So all three of you want to go up to the fourth story where her room is?
Oh yeah, yep. I
Yeah.
just started walking this way, thinking this is where the stairs were.
No, you're fine. Stairs are right over here, but I'm just going to move each of you up there real quick. Bam.
Spooky magic.
EM teleportation. You walk up the stairs. There's doors to your a door to your right and a door to your left.
I will go to the door to my right.
All right. You step into a room set up. In the room is a moderate sized bed, a dresser with a vanity mirror, a small desk with an open book, a stool, and a globe set up near the desk. A standing globe able to be spun.
Is the window to the north of the room, like right here?
There are 4 windows in the room. Right here, 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 or 5 windows actually. Here and here.
Okay. I'm gonna go to that book on the desk if that's there, and I want to just kind of read through the book and see if I see any notes or a journal.
Yes, you grab the book and you kind of read through it. It's actually a textbook on literature.
She was studying her schoolwork. Good girl. Can I go over the desk to see if there's any hidden compartments, or if she has a makeshift hidden bottom or anything like that? And I'll kind of use my staff to check the legs and kind of just feel the under of the first drawers or anything.
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
All right.
So you look through the desk.
8.
Yeah, with an 8. You check through it. You open up all the drawers. You can see more schoolwork, a couple more textbooks, writing equipment, quill, paper, plenty of paper. You pull one drawer out, the last drawer in the middle. As you do that, though, you can see the bottom of the drawer kind of like wiggle about.
I'll take like one of my little claws, like the little pinky claw, and just kind of see if I can pop it off from underneath to see what's underneath it.
Yeah, you find a thin wooden board, very very thin, not really well placed in there, but somewhat of a false bottom. And you find a little journal under it.
Does it appear to have like a little lock on it, or is it open?
It's open.
I say, oh, this one had a small journal. Let's see if there's possibly anything hopeful in here. And I open up the journal just to the first page, and I'll slowly skim through the pages and try to speed read.
You skim through the journal. It's actually a diary written by Zara, her day to day. Most of it is just younger, kind of teenage drama in class. Boy she likes that, but you get to the more recent days, and you can see her talking about what was going on with the family across the street and her friend Veronica, and how she was worried about her.
Who's
Thinks
who's
that
the boy she likes?
his name is Thomas.
Hmm.
She describes him with long dark hair, beautiful eyes, and a stare that just goes through you.
Huh. If we find her, this will be good to have for her father's tools for later in life. This is great investigation work. And I kind of keep skimming through.
Up until the recent days, and then you can see she starts writing the first time that the thing was looking at her. She was out in the street playing with some of the kids. They were playing a game of tag, and as she was running through, something caught the corner of her eye. She said she turned quickly and looked at it, but as she did that, she just saw it walking away in one of the houses. But she swears it was staring straight at her. The next couple of days, similar things where she kept seeing it moving about, and in the closer days, seeing it more and more. And then it, on the last page, she writes the last page written in. She writes, "It's in the house. It's looking at me through my window." And that was the last thing she wrote.
Are there dates and stuff of when this all happened too? And I'm telling this obviously to the group.
She dated each day, yes. And the day that was written was 3 days ago. The last date.
When was the date for playing in the street? Like probably like 6 days or so, or like a week.
I thought it was a week.
Yeah, it was 10 days ago from today.
Okay. Mike, well, possibly talking to the children too, if they possibly saw anything odd, might be better. Do you guys see anything else here around the bedroom?
I want to check the window sills to see if there's like any residue in them, or see if there's any like potential claw marks or markings along the edges.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest going outside too and checking on the outside too eventually once we get there.
Yeah, well, you check the windowsills. You open each window individually. Roll me an investigation check. Uh,
Nat
you
20.
you start with the windows here. Open the windows, and you don't see anything. You check the sills. There's nothing there. When you walked up to open them, both the locks were locked. You checked the one above her bed. Same thing, and same with the window in front of the desk. But you check the window across the room from her bed, and as soon as you walk up, you see it's locked. But you notice some dust on the window a little bit, and you notice in the dust there's a little bit of the shape of a hand kind of moved some of the dust on the outside.
I look over to the turtle and I let him know that there's handprints.
On the inside or the outside?
The outside.
Hmm. Interesting. But if the windows were all secure before they came back, is it possible they could have taken her out or any type of magic?
Could be probable. There's enough wizards in a town for anybody.
I look over to the elf. I'm like, you come from magic, obviously, with your background. Is there any type of means you think? I know there's knock to remove window locks into things, but to remove a whole person, I mean, and so quietly, I guess it's just quite odd.
Would I know that, or
Make me an Arcana check.
yeah?
You know of one spell that can move somebody's position to teleport somebody. I believe it's called Vorpal Warp. You're aware of that spell, but thinking about it, it just moves somebody to another position within X amount of feet, And if that were to have happened to her out that window with the hand marking, she would have fallen to the ground floor.
Can I just tell him that?
Yeah.
There is one spell, but it's only for positions. If they were to leave that hand mark, they would have fallen to their doom. It does not make any sense.
Interesting. I'd probably want to do a quick look through probably the bed, like check under the bed mattress, under the bed to see if there's any other kind of like false bottoms, false planks in the wood in the ground. And then
You look under the bed. There's nothing there, but as you do look down, you do notice a little bit of dust kind of settled under the bed, but you can see a lot of it has been moved around.
me being the turtle I am, I kind of look to the goblin. I'm like, dear, would you so kindly? It appears there's been a bunch of dust moved underneath, and unfortunately, I will not fit under the bed unless we just completely lift it. Would you mind taking a look?
Not at all, sir. And he walks over and he kind of just checks underneath.
Yeah, you walk up to the bed and look under, just kind of looking at it. You could tell that something at some point had gone under the bed. You don't know what, but something had moved around under the bed.
Does it look more like a struggling under the bed?
Uh, Not frantic. It looks like dust and stuff has kind of just been pushed like to the sides and back under the bed. Like something had just kind of either gone under there or hidden under there.
Okay. I try to, I get back up from underneath and turn to the turtle and I'm just like, seems to be a lot of dust moved about. Maybe she hid underneath when she saw the monster.
Tis would be common for a young child. You said there's another door to our left outside the staircase,
Yeah, just out of the staircase there was another door.
and then there's a globe in here, like a snow globe, or you said like some type of ball.
It's a globe of the planet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll start heading out toward the other door with everyone else.
Can I investigate the globe?
Yeah, you walk up to the globe. It's just the globe showing the world. You can point out the continent, a Faerun, and set up there. You can see that marked on it are a lot of the major cities.
Do you want me to roll investigation check on it?
Um, you look about it. You don't find anything really to the globe. Seems like something that somebody would use for like studying geography.
It is a well-crafted globe, companions. Very high class.
Indeed, yes.
Landon, you walk up to the door.
Uh, can I go through it or is it locked?
Yeah, you move the knob and it just opens to you.
Go
You
inside and
Yeah, you step inside. You can see an empty kind of fireplace set up in there, two bookshelves full of books, and a closet with two doors that are closed.
Can I pop my head underneath the chimney and kind of look up to see if it's appears dirty, cleaned, if it seems like there's any kind of marks or anything that came down, or if someone would have used it to come into the house?
Yeah, you peek your head in. There's soot lining all around it. Make me a perception check. You don't spot any
Man,
soot moved. It's all just kind of layered on. Looks like it probably was at least used some point recently.
hmm. anything on the bookshelves or any good reads, or are they just like more storage?
A lot of school textbooks. You move through the books in each shelf. You and Langdon, kind of check through a lot of the books. Most of them school books, textbooks, a couple adventure stories thrown in there, and a few children's books. And Landon, actually, roll me an investigation check. You do, while moving some of the books, behind a couple of the smaller books, you do find a little lockbox.
Hmm. I pull it out and I show it over to the turtle and I'm like, oh look, and I kind of shake it just to see what's in there.
You shake it, and you can hear a few little things kind of clanking around in it.
Does it sound metallic in nature?
Yes.
Maybe we should
Hmm.
try and pop this open.
Would you like to do the honors, or should I?
What kind of check would that be?
Well, do you have anything? You
I'm
do
pretty
notice the lockbox
strong.
is locked.
I have
Um,
thieves tools, so I could use my
Okay.
thieves tools to try to like pop the lock.
Okay. I don't have tools, but I'm really strong.
You're just gonna try to
I mean,
muscle it and just.
yeah, you want to try and muscle it?
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of grab onto the lid. Roll me an athletics check.
She's doing that like I'm like just looking down like, oh, where did I put my lock key? Just trying to start
Uh,
looking through all my stuff and like.
You actually pull out the lock picking set, and as you do, you notice she just rips the top of the lockbox off. It breaks off of the hinges.
Here we. Oh no, don't need those. Never mind. I put them back in my bag.
What a heathen.
Quite strong you are, little one. My gosh.
Like normal human size. I'm actually a Triton.
What
The goblin is playing a Triton.
Yeah.
okay.
As
They're
confusing.
Aquan.
I'm a
What do we
merman.
what do we find in the box?
In the box, you find 3 rings, a necklace, and 2 gold pieces. Looking at the rings, Landon, you notice that they're of at least one of them is of a larger size. One kind of delicately made. All of them
Like a
look
wedding
like
set.
really. They don't look like wedding bands or anything, but they're really well made
Mm.
and probably worth a decent penny. But none of them really match the same size.
Any inscriptions?
You check under one of them, and it just says VM
Turtle.
or
Do you
ZM.
ZM?
Zebra? Z?
Actually, my apologies. I did have it correct the first time. V is in Victor. M.
Wasn't the lady across the street a V of some sort?
Let me check. And I pull out a little notebook and I kind of start going through real quick.
Veronica.
Lucian.
Remember her name is Veronica.
Lucian. Lucian was the male, and then Veronica. No, I believe Daphne. Daphne was the parents, and then the daughter's name was Veronica. I didn't catch her last name.
Neither did I.
Do any of the rings appear to be magic, or the necklace appear to give off any type of like a glow or any kind of magical?
Roll me an Arcana
does it?
check. When you just kind of look at them.
Nope. Those are just
You
jewelry to me.
Nope.
Oh man,
Yeah,
they're
you
they're
look
so
over it.
shiny.
They are really shiny, and the larger one has a very precious gem on it. But no magic to them.
Can I
That you
make a
see.
history check on them?
What are
Just
you
for
trying to see?
like how they like make to them, like if there's like a like if they look like they could be a family heirloom kind of item.
Yeah, roll me a history check. The smaller ring has a couple little gems in it, kind of ornately made. You can tell that it's somewhat old.
Okay.
Can I roll a history check to see, because I'm an elf, I might know a little
Well,
bit more?
what are you doing?
Investigating the rings over their shoulder because they've decided not to include me in all the treasures.
Well, looking over her shoulder, roll me a history check at disadvantage.
Dang, still good. Holy crap.
You look over Landon's shoulder, over his shoulder, down at the ring, and the older one, you notice the small stones on it uh, are pull it up. I forgot what they are called.
Oh, I forgot you're there. I apologize. Let me come. Look, we found these
Oh,
some
now I'm
jewels.
valuable, my little turtle. We will
Yeah.
find this together. We're in it to win is.
Yes. You look over and you spot over his shoulder the small ring. The gems on it are azure light, which you know react and glow when it either touches or held by a sorcerer. Any type of magic, the gem glows.
That's cool.
My dear friends, these are magical stones on this smaller ring. Who is magical here? I do not know.
I am. It's my mermaid trait.
Yeah.
A fish out of water, I see.
I'm
So
gonna touch the ring and pick it up.
yeah, you pick up the ring, and until you actually put your finger on the gem, when you do, you put it on one of the gems, and it starts to glow a, a light blue.
I'm gonna keep like going like this in front of them, just be like, oh, it glows.
Hmm. Fascinating. Why would they be secured in this room under lock and key? Hmm. Anything on the necklace we see when it comes to engravings, or just the one ring?
Uh, you look over the necklace. It's a finely made necklace on a gold chain, gold base to the necklace, with a moderately sized emerald in the center of it. No markings on it, no inscriptions or anything.
I would suggest we possibly hold on to these just for later questioning to Mr. Grayson. If we shouldn't make assumptions, but quite interesting that one of the rings would have the initials of possibly the daughter from across the way.
I'm gonna take them all and put them in a little bag that I just pull out of one of my 30 pockets that I have.
So unrefined, so
I
dirty.
I can't believe I didn't even know you had pockets. I didn't know where that came from. Anything in the closet, by the way?
So you
Hardly.
want you see Cornelius standing in the way of the closet.
Oh,
Cornelius, behind you, sir.
I will move myself. I'm a man of nobility.
Do not touch me with your filthy hands.
Mm, I do like the tortoise, though. He is so smart for a primitive creature.
Just nice and thorough. I was once told.
Your accent's a little lacking of proper, but I do enjoy you. You're such a chap.
From one old one to another. Thank you much. I concur with this assessment you've made.
Hmm. I get that you're so young you don't know proper language, but I do enjoy you, my young champ.
Is the closet locked or opened, or is it a double door?
You grab hold of both of the doorknobs for it, and they pull open.
All right.
Seems
Do I
to be
see
a standard wardrobe.
anything inside the wardrobe?
You see 6 coats lined up and hung in the wardrobe. A small shelf at the top of it. You don't see anything on the shelf. The 6 coats are kind of lined up just in front of you, kind of draping in different sizes.
I will go through all the pockets of the coats, and then I'll kind of put my hand over the top shelf to see if I feel anything or see anything.
You swipe over the shelf, and there's nothing up there. Kind of swipe, and some dust gets on your hand. Roll me an investigation check.
All right, come on. I should have rolled. I have my cloak. I should have rolled with advantage on perceptions. Need to make sure I remember that. Investigation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, double digits. I'll take a double digit roll.
You just kind of going through the coats, being kind of cautious on not like moving them too much, but going through each of the pockets. You don't find much. You find some like crumpled up paper, which you open and has some school notes on it. In one of them, in one you do actually find a couple coins, a gold piece, 2 silver pieces, and in that same one you also find a small pocket watch.
Any engravings on the small pocket watch?
You take the pocket watch out and open it up. The pocket watch is very nicely made. On the top of it, it actually has a date, which was 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, and the initials JB plus KT.
And I'll share to the group the school notes. I'll pocket the 1 gold, 2 silver, and then I'll explain the small pocket watch with the JBKT I found as well, and I'll just pocket it and put it in my pouch.
Can I do a perception check to see if he's pocketing money?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Can I roll my stealth check to make sure I sleight of hand to see if I can do
Yes.
it without him saying
Sleight of hand.
it? Yes.
You don't see any money. You see a pocket watch, basically hanging from his hand, and you just assume he's gripping the chain to the pocket watch only, and just puts it in his.
Yeah, I have my one hand like swinging the watch while my left hand is like pocketing the coins. So I'll use like trick of the eye, like, oh, look at this watch. And I'm like rotating it.
Does that watch say KTB?
It does. It says JBKT, and then it has a date that goes back about 20 years.
Good man. Good man.
I'm always sharing with the group. I've never hide anything, obviously.
Good, because that makes you a swindler.
Oh, I try not to fall back on the old days. Is there anything else you think of value in this room? Or should we head to the boy?
I think we should head to the boy.
We will go examine the youth.
All right. So, just tell me which floor do you want to move to?
Second floor, I believe, is where the boy stayed.
Of all of you. You walk down the stairs to the third floor and continue following the stairs around and down to the second floor. You get onto the second floor. It's set up with a couch, two chairs nearby, and a rug. On the other side is a small little heater furnace with three chairs around it on a fur rug, and a door at the very back of the room behind the stairs.
Fur rug, so barbaric. Ew, get some refinement, people.
I will
And
go to
one door right here.
I will go to this door by the stairs, and I'll knock with my quarterstaff.
You knock with the quarterstaff, and you hear a small voice. Come in.
Say hello, little one.
Actually, apologies. Wrong job. There you go. You walk in. There's a small boy, dressed pretty nicely, dark hair, palish skin, wearing a nice outfit with a little kind of bow tie and a small little hat.
Can I investigate how good his suit's made out of? The finest silks or whatnot?
Yeah, roll me a perception check on that. You notice it's pretty well made.
My good sir, a fine suit indeed. A man of class.
Thank you, sir.
Indeed, you're much better dressed than these heathens.
You can see the little boy sitting at a desk with some papers kind of about it, and a little heater furnace that is lit right next to him. In the room, you also see a couch, a fireplace, a bed with a foot seat, and another desk and chair at the other side.
Can I look as I'm talking to him? Can I kind of glance into the furnace and see if there's any papers that appear to be recently thrown in there, like papers burning?
You look. There's a door to the small little furnace. You can see it's lit, but you can just see the flames kind of dancing over the part that's open.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's like any paper recently thrown in there, or like notes.
Kind of peeking in. Roll me a perception check. Don't you have advantage on that?
No, I was looking at the wrong one. If my hood is up, I have disadvantage on perception, actually.
Okay, that makes sense. You look in. You just see a couple small little wooden pieces burning.
What's your name, young one?
It's Lucas. Lucas Mariko.
What was your last name, sir?
Mariko?
Murica, correct?
Mariko.
Murico.
He's kind of looking as he sounds it out. He's a very young boy. Kind of looking at him somewhere around the age of 6, 7.
Oh, Lucas, if it's possible to chat with you, young one, I think we just had a few questions of possibly some things that occurred the last few months, and just your memories, things that you recall.
Is it about me mom and dad?
Ah, it is, yes. And your sister.
Mr. Grayson said, "Get question. I can help with whatever."
You can or you can't.
I can. Whatever.
Do you recall ever seeing anything odd around the house, or around your sister, or your parents?
No. I didn't see anything. I thought my sister was a little mad.
Any chance you might have heard anything, if not seen?
Insight check on the boy's first response.
Yeah, go ahead.
10.
You can tell he's a little distraught. And it looks like he's on the verge of kind of crying a little. N- I don't remember hearing anything other than my sister crying some nights. And I remember my mom screaming a couple times. But uh, they said they keep saying something, but I never saw anything.
Could your sister have maybe spoke to you of what it might have looked like?
Uh, y- he kind of starts rocking in his chair a little. Uh, I'm not supposed to say.
Why is that, Lucas?
She told me not to.
I pull out a copper piece and I'm like, Lucas, do you like candy?
Yeah?
Well, I have a deal for you. If you were to tell us this description of whatever your sister may have told you, honestly, I'll give you 5 copper pieces to buy some candy.
I
How does
push
that sound?
I push the turtle to the side and go, how about 1 gold piece, my boy?
Uh,
What's this lad supposed to do with a gold piece?
Buy a
Buy the
candy
candy
store.
store?
Yeah, buy the
He could
candy
buy,
store.
he could buy the whole stock. He could get
Exactly.
a cavity.
Not my problem.
You evil soul.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I promised her, and a promise is a promise.
Bear kind of raises an eyebrow. A promise, you say?
2
Uh,
gold pieces.
I'm
I get.
gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna get up closer to the kid and like get down on his level and just be like, you know,
Uh,
promises are best kept when no one's in trouble.
I know. And he looks over at Cornelius. My dad said bribing people isn't very gentlemanly.
Oh, your dad is a fool. Where's your papa now? Is he 6 feet up or 6 feet under? Hmm.
The little boy starts crying.
Peasant. I'm alive as my papa's alive. You talk a good game. Hmm. Pathetic.
We're
I
gonna
turn to
fucking.
the boy.
We're gonna intimidate this kid to tell us the truth.
The little boy runs in between you and runs over and jumps onto the bed.
I look at Lucas and I say, Lucas, you need to understand. You're not in trouble, but this is imperative that we understand and know what your sister saw, so that we can hopefully bring them all home to see you.
I'm gonna come around and sit on the floor next to the bed and just kind of like put my arms and my head up like this and just be like, you know, we want to see if we can bring your sister and your family back home to you.
He looks over at Langdon. You can really do that?
I'd like to try with your help.
All right. He kind of scoots to the edge of the bed and hangs his feet over. She said she wasn't sure at first, but after a couple days, she said she got a good look at it, and it looked like her looking back at her.
Interesting. Like a mirror.
It's what she said, but it looked kind of like her, but not exactly. It was horrific, what she said.
You've been a good help.
I'll drop the 5 copper pieces at the base of the bed. Still find yourself some good candy.
Thank you. And
I'm gonna throw a
please-
full gold piece at him.
How do
Mm.
you throw it? How do you throw it?
Just the old school, heads or tails. Just
Flip a coin.
yeah, my boy, treat yourself to the finest, 'cause you deserve it. As nobility.
He catches the coin. I'd rather you find me dad.
That's what the turtle's for. He will find your papa.
We'll try our best.
Your best isn't good enough, turtle. He wants his papa. Get his papa.
I'll sternly look you over and say, "Let us go then."
As Langdon gets up, he just kind of pats the kid on the shoulder. He's like, thank you for offering your assistance.
Thank you. And you could get the mean elf out. No, be cool.
I will try and keep him away. I can't promise much.
Thank you. And if you you if you go to my house, and you need any information on it, please just let me know. I can tell you anything about it.
Thank you. And he
Does
follows you guys.
hearing that before I leave, I want to quickly ask: are there any good hiding places in your house, or secret rooms that you'd like to sneak away to that your parents don't know?
Um, I didn't ever hide, but I know my sister, her room, was locked all the time. And there was only one key, and when she went missing, she had the key, but we couldn't go in.
Well, thank you, boy. I
We
appreciate the information.
we kept knocking. No one was there, and she she was downstairs when she disappeared.
Hmm. Well, thank you much. We'll make sure we keep that in mind.
Okay.
And I'll walk out the door.
Uh, Real quick, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break just to let our players use the restroom, take a mental break, and we will be right back. All right, everyone. Thank you for the quick break. Let's just jump right back into the action. So the three of you have just questioned Lucas, Mariko, and you have the reign of this house. Or if you want to go out into the city streets, feel free to do that. If you want to go over to the Mariko estate, you can also do that. Just let me know what you guys want to do.
I'll ask the group. Have you guys seen or ever heard of a creature that can do such a thing to almost mimic an appearance?
Doppelgangers.
I was thinking the same thing.
Or maybe a shifty shapeshifter.
Just the
Or
biggest thing that threw me is how there's the slightest off, and then the horrific image of it.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
there's
it'd be
also
more like a skinwalker
illusion.
then.
My only other, I wonder if I almost want to search this house more, especially after finding the rings and the last name of the
Can
boy,
can I
Marco.
can I do a history check about the house to see if it would have like servants' passages?
Think for a second. I would say just roll me a quick insight check. Somewhat familiar with the architecture of this area and things like that. These houses are primarily set up for families. They can be set up to have servants, but just from walking up and down the stairs and where the door layout and things like that are, you don't believe there would be any, at least, open passages.
Okay.
Walking around the second floor still, I know I walked over to this door. Was it unlocked or opened?
This one's open.
I'm gonna point out this other room to them and just kind of head over that way. And I want to go in the room and just check it out real quick and just do a quick little like once over.
Yeah, you walk into that room. You see three beds just lined up with small little table set next to them. On the far side, away from that, is just a desk with multiple sheets of paper there. The beds are made, set up. The papers are all blank. You believe this could have been a servant's quarters, but just kind of looking over, it doesn't look like anyone's been or has used this room in a decent bit.
Can I roll an investigation check on the papers?
Yeah. Go ahead, just roll that investigation. Perfect. You look over the papers. The top ones are blank. They're binded together. It's set up as a logbook, but all of them are blank.
I guess they didn't teach their squires how to write. They're all blank.
Beric, you think about it, they most likely just fresh logs.
I don't think they've been used in a long time. It must be in preparation. Do you guys wish to investigate any more of the house, or should we head and talk to Grayson about entering the young Lucas's home and looking around?
I think checking a little bit more of the bookshelves might be a smart decision.
Was anything on the third floor? Did he ever explain what was on the third floor of the home?
He did not.
Just recalling, he said that his bedroom was there just under his daughter's. And he said his son lived on that floor.
To the third floor?
Agreed.
Tally ho.
Langdon, do you want to go with? That staircase just goes outside.
Yeah,
That
I would like to go
staircase
with.
goes outside, just so everyone knows.
All right, so I'll just take all three of you. Where you come? Don't move. I'll move you up to the third floor. You come down the stairs into the loft room. Another skin rug. There are two chairs. A door here. Oh,
My bad.
okay. A door here. A door here. And a door over here. Windows line the back wall.
I'll knock on the door directly. Or let me first check the door. Is it open?
The door right there is closed. Kind of just checking the knob. It does turn. It's not locked.
I'll tap with my staff on the door.
There's no reply.
I will let myself in.
I will follow.
You come into a room set up with multiple bookshelves filled with books, a desk with a rolled up scroll on it, another desk on the other side of that with an open scroll showing the map, basically, just a laid out map.
Everyone want to give this room a quick once over? And I'll head over to the desk that has the rolled up scroll.
I'm going through the bookshelves.
So going through the bookshelves, you find most of the books are on geography, travel stories, basically cartography, mapping. When you investigate the desk, it has a fresh scroll gridded out, much like the one that's open on the other desk, with all of the equipment for mapping. Kind of just glancing through the room, you kind of come under the assumption that most likely Mr. Grayson is a cartographer. He maps.
Is there anything on this map that shows like the town or a specific spot or place?
The full one is just a total world map. The one that is mostly fresh does have the layout kind of the city, but in rough detail. Hasn't really been finished, or has barely even been started.
Check over once for hidden compartments, doors, or drawers.
Roll me an investigation check for the desk.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Finally.
There we go.
You check through the drawers. You find a couple other scrolls in there, kind of just folded up and put in there. You try to open the middle drawer, but it doesn't actually open when you pull on it. You feel under it, and you can feel a little like knock in the bottom of it.
So is it like a top drawer, middle drawer, bottom drawer?
There's two in the middle. The one pulls up. There's one just directly below that isn't budging. And there's two side drawers. You've checked the top and the middle and the two side drawers. It's the bottom middle drawer that doesn't open.
Does the middle drawer come all the way out, like on those old desks? I have like the two wheels where I can just like take it out, then reach the third drawer.
You pull on the top drawer. It stops when you try to pull it. You feel like you would have to kind of rip it off.
Break it? Okay, I won't do that. I will try to use my thieves' tools to go and unlock the drawer.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight.
Nice.
You're
Alright.
somewhat familiar with this lock mechanism. The knock on the bottom, you just take one of your thieves' tools, the file, stick it into the hole on the bottom and push up, and you just feel the drawer lift a little, and it slides out.
Ah, wisdom is such a nice thing to have. And I kind of open the drawer and I'll kind of see what I can see inside.
Inside of it is the deed to the estate you're in, as well as the will of Lucian Mariko, as
Hmm.
well as a couple notices of failed payment.
I open the will, or is the will sealed, like wax sealed, or is it unsealed?
It had a seal. It is opened.
I want to quickly skim through the will of Lucian.
Lucian's will seemed like it was written fairly quickly, and it was dated. The will was dated just about 3 weeks ago, which is right around the time when he said his friend was starting to get worried with his daughter, and most likely around the same time his wife went missing. It writes out basically where everything in his belonging would be going, and a fair amount of it is going to Mr. Grayson and his family.
This I'm like talking to myself. This doesn't add up. I will, once again, as I did with the gold, I want to try to pocket the will, but I want to show the missed late payments to my compatriots.
All right,
Can I make an insight check to see it
make a perception check.
or perception? I always forget that word.
Am I doing a sleight of hand against it,
Yep.
or
Can I roll a perception check against it too?
Well, you are outside of the room. So Langdon, you do notice Barrick as he's holding out the letters of mispayment. You see his backhand kind of sliding something into his bag.
I come up and I'm just like, oh, what did you find?
sorry, I was stretching my back. It looks like it was a will, for the lately possibly departed Lucian. And then I'll explain that it looks like it was quickly drafted roughly about 3 weeks ago.
Interesting.
Oddly enough, the will points to most belongings returning to Mr. Grayson upon decease.
And Cornelius, you can hear all of this, their discussion. You're kind of listening in.
My dear turtle, you want to be a noble, don't you?
Oh, no, good sir. Just a simple man. Not for me.
You're not a man, you're a turtle.
Oh, some would say yes, of course.
And then,
Can I do a sleight of hands check to steal the will?
So you're just reaching for the will?
Yep.
I was say the will's it's like just out in front of my hand. So
Yeah, kind of just trying to snatch it from his hand, sleight of hand at disadvantage. And
would I roll
Barrick
like
roll a sleight of
dex save?
We'll just have you do sleight of hand at normal.
Okay.
Or you're noticing him do it, so at advantage.
21,
so you would have had to beat him. So we will say you reach for the will and kind of grab onto the corner, and as you do that, Bear kind of pulls it away.
It's ripped
Good.
now, though.
Good, sir.
The little corner of it, yes.
Okay.
You took the little corner with you.
This is an official document. You cannot tear it.
I can do
And
what I want.
Seems
I'm
a
a
bit late for
Vanderbilt.
that.
What was that?
I had said that it seems a bit late for that now.
Touche. We must
Hmm.
keep this still for evidence. I would disarray of just tearing the corners.
Evidence indeed.
I'll take the will and the 2 late invoices, and I'm just going to fold it up and put it in my satchel in plain view for them to see. That way they know where it is.
All right. You've kind of looked over everything that this room has to hold.
I will put the I will try to set the lock back in place to make sure it doesn't appear it's been gone through.
Familiar with it? You set it back up.
Should we go to the bedroom of Mr. Grayson? Or I know his son is also on this floor.
Sounds like a good idea.
I
Uh,
suppose.
I'll head to
I
the
feel
north.
after last time I should do the talking to the children from now on.
Yes, I concur with that. Yeah, definitely. Do we
Money
know
buys
where the other
happiness.
doors? Do we know where the other doors were? To you said I think it
Yes,
was on the
there's
corner.
a door right here and a door. Basically, there's a hallway, a door all the way at the end of the hallway, and a door right here at the beginning of it.
I will let them head to that door, and I'll take it in the rear.
Gonna knock on the door.
Come in. You can see a boy sitting on the floor, kind of playing with like a small little clay man, little toy, um, sitting on the rug. In the room is a single bed, a door to the back of the room, a lit little heater, and around the corner you do peek in. You notice a desk and a bookshelf set up in there as well. What do you want?
Gonna just kind of come in and be like, so you kind of, I assume you have the rundown of things here. Sister missing, neighbors across the street. Anything your sister said?
Like what? What are you talking about?
Maybe what it looked like. Any sounds it might have made.
Nothing that I remember.
Anything to haunt you.
Do you?
There's rumor of people who mirror others. Heard any stories like that growing up?
So while this is going on, as long as both characters went in, I wanted to head down the hallway toward the other door. Unless
Yeah,
you're
go ahead.
saying, unless the elf is saying toward the back, because I know he kind of hung into the back.
Yeah. Are you going in the room at all, Cornelius?
Yeah, I'll follow the turtle, a strapping lad.
So I was trying to, as she was having this conversation, I wanted to do it stealthily to kind of sneak away from both you guys. But if you're following me, I'll still kind of, I'm going
He's
to check
standing in the
this
middle of the
field.
hallway, so you kind of have to go around him to get
I'll
to
go
it.
Yeah.
help the goblin.
That's not familiar with the Triton.
Lesser being. Do not despair between them. They're
Well,
lower than me.
I mean, I'm pretty blue. I look like the ocean.
Dabu dee dabu die.
So, Landon, you're kind of knelt down talking to the young boy. Barrick, you go and open the door on the other side of the hall. As you kind of creak it open, you peek inside. First thing you notice when you start to open the door is a large bed set up, a small bookshelf, another full bearskin rug, and an unlit fireplace, and a door on the far side of the room currently closed.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a toss off of the room. I want to go to the desk, check under the bed, in the fireplace, and kind of just look everything over. And
Yeah.
not to split the conversations, but that's what I'm gonna do real fast while trying to shoot back to what they are doing.
Yep. So you take a quick look around the room, and we'll go back over to Langdon. You're talking to Johnny. He's kind of seeming like he's getting a little bit of pushback.
I was asking if he heard any stories of people who look like themselves but aren't the mirror people.
I mean, when you look into a mirror, isn't it yourself?
But people that follow you.
I think that's what Veronica was seeing.
So you had some history with Veronica?
I mean, she's the girl across the street.
Eh, well, I didn't. Just because she lives across the street doesn't mean you were friends.
Our dads are friends.
How long have they been friends?
Before I was born.
So a long time. Good friends then? Ever seen them argue?
Not really. But, I mean, they go hunting together and
So they're hunting buddies.
from what I know.
Hear anything crazy from any of their hunting stories?
Are you a cop?
No, just trying to find people.
I mean, nothing too crazy.
Okay. Does your sister keep a journal or anything?
Yeah. Check her desk. There's what she probably calls a false bottom.
Okay. So you know a little bit of all the things that in here, maybe?
A little bit.
Yeah?
My sister thinks she's got good sleight of hand, but
You're the smarter brother, huh?
just because you're the oldest doesn't mean you're the best.
No, that's a good point. Gotta be crafty sometimes.
I'm crafty. But what's it to you?
Could mean the finding your sister or not.
I'm sure she just snuck off with another boy.
So she sneaks off with boys.
Sometimes.
Any boys of note?
Couple.
Got any names?
Go read her journal.
Like Thomas?
Maybe.
I'll trade you a silver coin.
Make it 2.
Okay, save me some time. And pull out 2 silver coins for him.
Yeah, there's Thomas. You think she has a crush on him, but she was dating another guy.
Yeah.
Killian.
What was the name?
Killian.
Killian. Okay.
But
Are these the
I
two
think they
that...
had a falling out.
That's unfortunate. What were the last initials?
Don't remember his last name, really. At least it doesn't come to memory.
No household name or anything?
I don't know. How much is it worth?
Smart kid.
Guys buying board games and stuff with all this hustling money.
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna write it all down in one of the little notebooks that I have and work my way up and out of the room. Just be like, I think I have enough information. I think there's more money in the journal.
Got a notebook. Bit of a nerd, aren't you?
Try to be.
All right. That all?
Gonna up and leave and go find the turtle.
No. Good luck. If you do think she is missing, though, please let me know.
Will do, kid. And ups and leaves.
Before they come down the hallway, do I find anything with a
Yes.
17 on my quick toss up?
So,
Oh, yep.
Put you back.
You're right away.
Good. So you look over the room. Everything that's in it seems just normal. Kind of look under the bed. Nothing really under there. The books in there kind of seem set up. There's a lot of kids' books, some old baby books. From what you can tell, there's a lot of like little kids' drawings and things like that in a couple of them. You do check the door to the far side of the room, open it up. You find a lavatory, a bathroom set up, bath, steps, rug, a toilet, all set up. Nothing really sticks out of the ordinary in this room, but you can tell this is most likely Mr. and Mrs. Grayson's room.
Nothing under the bear rug or anything. Nothing. No scrape marks.
No.
Like false bottoms. Nothing. Okay. Okay. I'll start kind of walking out of the master toward the other hallway where they'll be probably walking out of.
Yeah. Cornelius, did you just want to follow Langdon? Did you want to question the boy at all anymore?
I want to question the boy.
All right. Langdon, you meet Barrick in kind of the middle of the hallway. Cornelius, you walk up to the boy. He's still sitting down on the floor.
Offer him a full gold piece.
What you want?
Knowledge, my child.
You a cop?
I shake my gallant outfit. You think a cop can afford this shit? Sorry, that was a curse word. Sorry. Can a cop afford this extravagant gala of this fine silken elven robes? No, they could not.
Fair point. So what you want?
I toss him a gold coin and go, what do you want to tell me?
He catches it. My sister might have had a little bit of a swift hand. She was a good pickpocket.
I roll another gold coin across my fingers. How good of a pickpocket?
Not as good as me. Probably better than you.
Can I do a sleight of hand checks on him to steal the money back?
How so? He's looking directly at you.
Maybe toss my cloak, make a distraction.
You're gonna throw your cloak over the boy?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Yes, normal, advantage, disadvantage, or just...
You threw the cloak over him, so normal.
15's not bad.
You throw your cloak over him. He's kind of shocked at this, and he catches it with one hand, and the hand with the gold coin in it. You just kind of swipe it out of his palm.
So I was successful, right?
Yes.
Or-
He pulls the cloak down, and he wraps it up and then sits on it. It's probably worth more.
I like this kid.
That's awesome. He's like, yeah, I'll take your cloak.
You're good.
I'm asking you while you're out in the hall. So how was the boy?
Well, he's shifty. He knows quite a few things. Seems to be a sneaky kid. He gave us 2 names to look into.
Hmm.
We've got a Killian and a Thomas.
Yeah, as you're having the conversation with the boy, that's our quick jaunt.
I look the boy up and down and go, you're a good pickpocket. I'll give you 5 gold pieces for my robe back because you were quick on the hand. Tell me all you know.
Throw the 5 gold pieces on the bed.
Ugh. I'm nobility. Open your hand. I'll give you the full 5 gold pieces. No bed. Solid transaction.
How much is the cloak worth? You know it's worth 10 gold pieces.
Chump change. 2 gold pieces. 2 gold pieces for the cloak, 3 with information. A good deal.
See that door behind me?
Yes.
Roll them over there.
You just not like taught having precious gold touch your hand? A pure metal.
I
Why
think
do
you
you
want
want
this
it?
cloak back. I don't want you taking the coins.
Can we hear the conversation from the hallway?
Are you listening in?
Maybe like subliminally if the door's open, just to see what they're talking about. If I hear anything,
The door's open. You can hear most of the conversation.
I'll walk in. Excuse me 1 second.
Damn it, turtle!
And I,
Gosh darn it.
as I'm walking up, I say, "Oh, hello there, young one."
Yeah, the turtle's back.
What do you mean? What do you mean back?
I saw you walk up and down the stairs earlier, going to my sister's room.
Ah, yes. Yeah, very, very astute you are, young one.
What's it to you?
Being astute?
Yeah,
It's,
making
it's a
observations about
it's a-
people you don't know. Turtle?
it's a compliment, young one. What's your name?
Dad probably told you. It's Johnny.
Johnny. How old are you, Johnny?
I don't know.
Turtle, you're ruining this for me. We had a good deal going, and you've ruined it with your big turtley shell.
I see the cloak in his lap.
I'm 14.
Ah, 14. Interesting.
Hmm.
I take my staff and I whack him on the head.
Roll the attack.
Love of God.
Oh no.
You throw a dart? But no, we'll keep the
Oh
quarter
no,
staff.
that was a dart
You-
one hand.
Nope,
Nope, I didn't
we'll
use
keep
dart.
it. You swing the quarter staff at Johnny, and he actually pulls out a small dagger and stabs the bottom of your quarter staff.
Very attute.
Can I sneak attack him?
You're gonna attack
No,
a child?
God, no. This was a test of mobility.
Oh, okay. I won't do anything then.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Johnny, you seem very well to take care of yourself and your family. Yes?
These are tough streets.
You are correct. We are, as anyone, we are here to help look after you and your answering your father's call. By all means, if you want money and gold and silver for information, by all means, we'll provide it. But I guess my question is, do you want your sister to come back?
How do you know she's just not over at Gillian's?
Has she been gone this long before?
A couple times. I know she was seeing things before, but I don't know.
Has she ever confided in you? Are you too close? Ever the Jack and Jill duo pocketing the streets? Or did she mostly keep to herself?
A bit here and there. Used to be closer. But do you really think she's in trouble?
I don't believe your father would have asked for 3 of us in this profession of finding people if he wasn't concerned.
Might be right.
So my dear boy, the only thing I ask, and as this conversation is going, I'm looking at you to kind of like sleight of hand your cloak back, is we just want some information. If you possibly know the fears your sister was having, or if she ever confided in you in any secrets of concern.
I mean, she said something was looking at her through the window. I don't know if it was just a boy trying to scare her, but She did seem pretty bugged out about it.
Did your sister have any places here in the house that she would ever go and get away other than her room in the attic?
No, whenever she would, I know if she was sad or anything, she would just lock herself in there. There's not really any hiding spaces in the house. When we bought it, my dad knocked down all the little corners and things like that. And I was trying to, I don't know, make it a really good family home.
I see. Well, Johnny, and I'll kind of yank my quarterstaff out of the dagger and kind of put it back toward my side. You're very brave and strong, and I appreciate you looking after your family. Would you please return my compatriot's cloak?
Only if he gives me the gold piece back.
I toss him a gold piece.
He catches it, plus interest.
Young man.
I,
You are quite the swindler.
I cover the elf's mouth and I toss him another gold. I'm like, that should be enough.
He takes a cloak out, puts the 2 gold pieces, he rolls them under the bed to the far side. You hear them clank on the wall. He throws the cloak over. Kept it warm for you.
Anything else that you need from this young man?
I know my sister ended up taking a couple things from Veronica's room. It sounded like she moved something kind of heavy when my dad was out, but I don't know.
Heavy like
Excellent.
a bookshelf or heavy like a bed?
Saw the back of it. Kind of looked like a mirror. You know, one of those nice little fancy dress-up mirrors.
Floor length mirror.
Kinda.
Did
A
she
little,
bring
little
it here
taller than she was.
to the house, or did she leave it in Veronica's house?
I saw her take it upstairs, but I mean, I don't tell my parents. I know people outside probably also saw. She had to have come across the street with it.
I look to you guys. I'm like, did we see a mirror on the 4th floor?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe so.
I don't know. Actually, I think she took it back. He kind of looks down. I remember her. I was a little busy, but I remember her moving something downstairs. Kind of heavy. It kind of hit the stairs a couple times again when my dad was out working. I might have taken it back over there.
Any chance it had markings when you saw it the first time?
From the back, it looked really nice. It looked made of metal. I'd say gold, but I got a far look at it. But it had that what do you call Mr. Fancy Elf? The swirlies with the flowers and what's that called?
Embellishments.
Oh, Faragreed.
That's it. Yeah, embellishments, filigree, that kind of over the rim of it. It looked fancy. I don't know why she would have taken it back. It looked like a lot of money.
Haunted, perhaps.
Well, Johnny, I appreciate your conversation. I believe I have everything I need, unless my compatriots have any further questions.
None that I can think of.
Mm.
Mhm. All right. So, the three of you, what do you guys kind of want to do now? Just
I'm
leave
thinking we
Johnny's
go
room?
investigate the neighbor's house.
Yeah, I was gonna head over to the staircase and then just talk to them and kind of see what we have out so far, what we have figured out. Because I think there's one more door to the right of that other map room we were in, right?
Uh,
Or have we hit all of them? I think it was over here. Or is that
no,
just
you've gone
leading
in,
up
gone
somewhere?
in every room. Yeah, those are just stairs. That's those stairs right here um, go up to the fourth floor, to Veronica's room.
How did I switch that again?
What was that?
For the profile for.
Under
Oh, yeah.
underneath our chat roll, if you look as the like if you were to type in the chat box, there should be a little drop down arrow that has your name and
Oh,
then name of your character.
okay. I was looking at
There we go.
Discord. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
all good.
Thank you.
So I want to look at them and say, boy's a little stubborn. Definitely a little stubborn.
So are we still in the room with him, or did we leave?
So the three of you walked out to the kind of loft area with the staircases, and yeah,
Oh,
Barrick
okay.
just says the boy seemed very stubborn.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do something different, but that's fine.
I too was going to say a different word, but trying to watch my potty mouth.
No, I was gonna hold my rapier to his face and get the truth out of him, but alas.
You can go back if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Mm.
Just lock the door before we get in. Like, Azar, the door's locked, sir. We can't get in.
I use thieves' tools.
So the two of you watch
Cornelius.
as Cornelius walks past you, and you just see him kind of draw his rapier out.
What are you doing, young one?
This boy knows. Young one, child, please. As an intellectual as myself, this boy knows the truth. And he swindled me out of coins. We must get the truth.
Why did you toss your cloak at him?
Fancy. You're so unrefined in gentleman arts. With your staff. We are class here.
Langdon's gonna pull his hand crossbow out of his bag and be like, can't have you do that.
I can't have you stabbing a 14-year-old boy.
I was not good to stab him, just intimidate him.
It's a
As you
child.
say that,
You know nothing of nobility. This is child's play. This is your 14th birthday.
I don't
Your
need
uncle.
I don't need nobility. I just need to find people.
Cornelius, out of the corner of your eye, as you guys have this conversation, you say out loud, "Stab him." You see Johnny quickly like flash out of the corner of your eye, and you just hear a door shut in the room.
Wait a minute. Was there another door in that room?
You do remember seeing a door at the far side by his bed.
Yeah, he told the elf to toss coins near it.
If you do not want bloodshed, I will go there myself. I do not have these white gloves. Need some blood on them. If you guys don't want to be
From
part
a
of it,
14-year-old boy? Blasphemy.
if he can swindle me out of coin, he can hold the sword. I will go to him.
I mean, that is why I took a swing at his head, and he was very quick to catch my blow.
You had a dagger and yours quarterstaff, my man.
I didn't swing with full swing.
It doesn't matter. You still swung at him. I didn't swing at the child. You swung at the child. So who is at fault?
I mean,
not I.
young adolescents. The boy is a teen, not a child.
I will.
Langdon's just
talk
gonna
to
be
him.
very calm and just be like, "If you take a step after him, I will shoot you."
Why do you defend the child so? He has given you nothing.
He gave me plenty.
I
We
do
made fair
believe
trades.
I do believe he may have left the room, though. And if that be the case, I would suggest possibly going through the room. I mean, we did hear a door open and close.
Okay, I will make a deal with you. A Triton? Yes, merfolk. I will not slash the child unless he slashes upon me.
That's
We can
fair.
go. We will go there. Lower your crossbow, but we can go there together. I will even let you, with your scaly hands, let you touch my nobility arm as we gallivant through the hall.
Fair enough. He puts his crossbow back in the backpack.
I reluctantly hold his scaly hand in my arm. It is so cold.
Much better.
So you guys
Come,
going into
turtle. We shall go down the hall.
Is the door open? Is his room open still, or is locked? Did he lock his door?
the door to the room is open. The door that shut was like inside the room further down.
Is it here?
That's right here.
Where does that door lead into or open to?
It's closed right now. I mean, you haven't seen behind the door. It was shut when you were in the room.
Does it
Gonna
open?
investigate.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said I'm gonna investigate the desk.
Yeah, you look at the desk. You see a goat skull with looks like grafted horns, like bigger horns onto it. Doesn't look like it belongs to it.
Hmm.
2 candles, a small little notebook, and 2 bookshelves. One of them has a scroll atop it.
I'm gonna talk loudly so that the turtle and the elf can hear. Turtle and the elf can hear him and be like, "I think we have a cultist on our hands."
Indubitably, my young Triton. Can I start picking the lock on the door?
And I'm not paying attention to the elf doing that, but I'm like, oh, really? I start
Roll me a
walking
sleight of
toward
hands
her.
check.
A lot of hands check?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you begin to put your thieves' tool into the lock to pick it, you feel another thing come through the other side of the lock and push yours out.
My tortoise, my dear. Come smash the door down with those brawny shoulders. Let us show them
One-
the wrath of the turtle people.
You hear from the other side of the door, "I'm using the bathroom."
Lies. Lies.
So I'll hear that still, and I was like, what? 1 minute, sir. And I'll come and look in the desk area too, and say, what did you find?
I kind of like just point to the the goat's skull and the candles and the scroll.
Does the scroll read anything, or is it blank?
You take the scroll off of the top of the bookshelf and open it up. It has a map on it, but it has a map of a city or a town you are not familiar with. On the bottom, it just says Langston.
Okay. I'll kind of put the map away. I'm like, anything? Was there any false bottoms, or did you check the desk for anything suspicious, other
Have a
than give it a quick look? I mean, the father is a hunter. I mean, it's not uncommon to bleach the skulls of your kills.
fix separate horns.
Are the horns separate, like different animal horns, or?
Yes, they're different animal horns. It looks like it was grafted onto a goat skull.
That is slightly odd.
And Cornelius, you hear on the other side of the door, you start hearing trickling onto water.
So he flushed the toilet.
That doesn't exist.
Well, he said he was using the bathroom.
Doesn't flush.
Ah, okay.
Your familiarity with plumbing of this age. But it does sound like he's peeing.
Now, the young
Cornelius.
gentleman's tinkling.
Cornelius, leave the boy alone.
He knows the answers.
You're fixated on him just for being rude and young.
You hear from the other side of the door. I told you everything. I swear. Please
Even
don't touch
for
my
5
stuff.
gold. Even for 5 gold pieces?
I told you everything.
I look
He
under the bed. Do I see the gold pieces?
He opens the door. You peek under the bed, and he sees you peeking under the bed. You don't see the gold pieces there anymore.
I'm gonna look for any shifty things in the desk.
Roll me an investigation check.
Ooh,
Dang, another
rolling
nat 20?
fancy. I
Man.
know. The dice like me today.
Good
You-
job.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, very nice.
The dice
You
gods
kind
are
of
pleased.
look about, and you see some like wood that doesn't appear to be right, and you kind of just take your fist and slam it down on the desk, and you hear the bottom of it kind of just fall out and hit the floor, and you hear a bunch of clanging sound of metal kind of slapping onto the bottom. You look down, you see some coin down there, a few gold pieces, some silver, some copper, a couple rings, necklaces, things like that. Johnny pushes past Cornelius. What are you doing with my stuff?
I will grapple him as he attempts to try to push past me.
Good job, Turtle. Get him.
You grab hold of the boy and just hold him.
I'm gonna look at the
You
coins
said you
and
weren't
stuff.
cops.
We're not cops.
But right now I might be. And as I can see, it looks like we've appeared to find some stolen belongings. Now, as any cop may be able to letter of the law and spirit of the law this situation, if you are true with us on any more information, we might be able to allow this to slide for a price.
He kind of kicks his legs while you're holding him. I told you everything. She stole some stuff from Veronica's room across the way. My dad left the key. Looks like she took a mirror, but took it back for some reason.
What do you guys think?
And then 2 days later, she went missing.
So after the mirror incident, she went missing. Okay.
I appreciate the information. I'll look at the my trident friend, like, go ahead and let's resecure our friend's gold that was mistruly taken. Like if there's like 5 gold pieces underneath the desk, I'd say just grab the 5 gold pieces and we'll give that back to the elf. And I'll look at the boy as I turn him around from my shell. I'm like, and let this be a lesson, Johnny. You might be sly and quick, but there is power in numbers. And I'll let him go.
I'm gonna look at the rings and the necklace before.
They just look very miscellaneous.
Okay.
None of them really have markings or anything. I don't take from people in town. I take from traders that come through that look like they have plenty of money. I don't take from people in town. There's a code here.
Oh.
And what code is that?
You don't steal from other people in town. You think I'm the only pickpocket in this city?
You're
A
the only one we've
lackluster
caught.
one.
Yeah, the one we've caught.
That says the one that gave me gold.
Willingly. You did not steal it from me. I gave it to you willingly.
I check my
Yeah.
coin pouch real fast to make sure my pouch is still on me.
Yeah, your coins are fine. Yeah. How does your cloak smell?
I drop my rapier and aim it at his eye. You dare disrespect a noble boy? You want to lose an eye for it?
Yeah.
Now, Cornelius, come on now.
Seemed to
Let
anger
him play
fast
his
for a
games.
nobleman.
What did you say, boy?
Just saying. Thought
What'd
y'all
you say,
nobles
boy?
were all about the laws.
And you dare disrespect me and my family?
You ain't a part of this city.
I slowly, above his eyebrow, start putting my rapier into his face.
Whoa, Cornelius. No.
Question.
Think-
Is this like a harbor town?
It's not a harbor town now.
Okay.
I look at Cornelius and say, we cannot damage the young man's appearance.
Think my dad's
I-
gonna pay you if you hurt me?
After leaving a small mark above his eyebrow, I go, "Yes, Turtle, you're quite right. We can't mark him." And I butt him with the back of my rapier in his jaw and knock him out.
Roll the attack.
Like I know how to do that, Rob.
You just
That
click
with
on
rapier.
rapier. Yeah, we'll just use
Yeah,
the butt of your rapier.
go to your character sheet. There you go. Ooh, man. we
You-
are rolling so bad on
you-
this
you
fucking
go
game.
to-
Goblin Troll is rolling really good. She's rolling
Okay.
great.
You thrust the butt of your rapier at his forehead, and he quickly pushes off the wall and spins around while the turtle's still holding him, and you smack the back of Barrack's shell.
Was that a good massage?
Enough.
My fair turtle.
I'm gonna march over and grab the elf by his collar and be like, do it again.
Do you want me to hit the turtle or the kid? You have to tell
No.
me.
Let's not do that again.
It was more
Right.
of a, I'm going to hit you.
Johnny kind of looks up at Barrack. Can you let me go?
Yes, Johnny. Collect your things under your desk. And also, word of advice, find a better hiding spot than under the fake bottom of a desk.
Noted.
I'm like,
And
you
goes over
two,
and just-
especially you, elf, outside now.
Unrefined heathens.
And Barrack will start working his way outside.
I'm gonna slightly shove the elf as I let go of his collar. And then storm out.
Ugh, my cloak smells like fish now. Ugh, unrefined.
Kind of just you shove him into the loft area, and actually right here I think is a good median point. So for this will be the end of the first episode of You, Yourself, and Them. Make sure to come back during the next session and see if our adventurers can figure out the mystery, the disappearances of most of the Mariko family and the young Zara, as they investigate the rest of the town, the Mariko estate, and see what exactly is causing these people to go missing. Thank you all for tuning in, and everyone, have a good night.